Hey, right guys, Driftmuch is Joe here, and today we are watching and reacting to episode 6 of Supernatural Season 1. You'd have to mind the hair, I've just come out of the shower and I was like, yup, Supernatural, let's do it. Because I'm in the mood for it. This episode is titled Just Skin. So, I mean, we could have a villain, a villain who can change into other people's, like, bodies and, like, wear their skin. That could be good. Or a villain who makes your skin like really itchy and then you start itching your skin off and dying. That kind of reminds me of a film called Cabin Fever, which is directed by Eli Roth, actually, director of Hostel, where they kind of get like this virus that makes their skin like really itchy, and there's this scene where she's kind of in the shower just scratching and then she starts to like scratch her skin off. We'll see what this is all about. Last episode was pretty self-explanatory with Bloody Mary, so yeah, I'm excited. Episode 6, guys. If you enjoyed, remember to leave a like if you're new. Remember to subscribe, and if you do want the early and the uncut reactions to Supernatural, then a link to the Patreon page will be down in the description, where there should be around 6 or 7 episodes ahead. And in the pinned comment down below will be a link to the charity for the month. So make sure to click that, and if you want more information on it. And yeah, let's do this. What is happening? Like a hostage situation then.
Keep your hands where I can see them.
Drop that.
Hold it right there. Come on. Now.
Wait, what?
Do it.
What? It's gonna be like 24 hours earlier. Go on, do it. 1 week. I'll take a week early. Okay, I'm intrigued. I want to know what's kind of happening there. I'm guessing he was like possessed or something.
Sam wears women's underwear.
I've been listening. I'm just busy.
Busy doing what?
Oh wow, do you remember BlackBerry phones? I know that's not BlackBerry, but...
From who?
From my friends at Stanford. They're in St. Louis. We're going.
I'm sorry about your buddy, okay? But this does not sound like our kind of problem.
It is our problem. They're my friends.
St. Louis is 400 miles behind us, Sam.
Wow. They just drive everywhere, don't they? I was kind of doing some of the math on the first ep, because I just edited the first ep for YouTube. The way they travel is just unrealistic. They did like a 36-hour trip in about 12.
So, tell us what happened.
When in doubt, add wine. Is that what that's
home and
I
he
just
found
said?
Emily tied to a chair, and she was beaten up and bloody, and she wasn't breathing. And so the only way that Zach could have killed Emily is if he was in 2 places at the same time.
Right. So there's not actually Sam. I guess they switched bodies or something.
And what could you do?
Well, me, not much, but Dean's a cop.
Hmm.
A detective, actually.
Really? Where?
Bisbee, Arizona. But I'm off duty now.
Right.
Be home tomorrow night. Make it up to you.
Fucking on me. There's kissing and then there's just headbutting her face. Is this his next victim? Nice bit of slow motion. Yep. That's lower the frames. Oh. Yeah. There's our first look at him then, I guess.
Can we take those beers now?
Oh, sure.
Hey, maybe some sandwiches too?
What do you think this is, Hooters?
Yeah.
I wish.
Is he gonna see his eyes? Ah, there you go.
Maybe it's just a camera flare.
That's not like any camera flare I've ever seen.
Like a doppelganger.
Yeah, that'd sure explain how he has 2 places at once.
Oh, okay, so it's like 2 versions of him, I guess.
I called. Why didn't you answer?
Cause she dead. Cause she be dead, mate.
Lindsay?
Oh my lord. That's not what you want to see, is it?
Please don't hurt me anymore. Leave me alone.
Oh, so she's seen him as like his evil doppelganger. Jesus, she must nearly be. But there's so much blood. It's like surprising they've not bled out by the time they're found. He's gonna see himself. Ooh. Yo, it's kind of creepy, you know. I feel like I'll be saying that every Supernatural episode, but okay. Yo, I don't know why in my head I thought his head was gonna fly off.
Two dark doubles attacking loved ones in exactly the same way.
Could be the same thing doing it too.
Yes, I'm
Shapeshifter?
gonna go with that.
Something that can make itself look like anyone.
Every
Hey,
culture
I
in the world
called
has
that.
a shapeshifter lore.
The shapeshifter could be using the sewer system to get around.
I think you're right.
Imagine just walking around in the sewers. I mean, fair play. The amount of poo they're probably walking in.
When the shapeshifter changes shape, maybe it sheds.
Yeah, so maybe it does actually turn into just skin.
I told the lawyers that we went to the crime scene.
Why would you do that?
I told them that we were with a police officer, and they checked it out, and they told me that there is no Detective Dean Winchester.
Yeah.
Back.
You know, I don't understand why
Yeah.
you lie to me about something like that.
I think we're close to its lair.
Why do you say that?
This is another puke-inducing
'Cause you've
vial
missed him.
next to your face.
Yeah. I did not see that.
Looks like it's lived here for a while.
Who knows how many murders he's gotten away with?
Oh my lord. Yo! Jeez! I did not expect that.
Son of a bitch!
Good jump scare. It wasn't like some build up of massive noise. It was actually good. Oh, you little Wait, when did that happen?
Hey, didn't Dad once face a shapeshifter in San Antonio?
That was Austin. It turned out not to be a shapeshifter. It was a thought form, a psychic projection. Remember?
Nah, he's sussing.
Alright.
Is he already figured this out? Because if he has. Nah, okay.
Don't move!
Oh.
What have you done with him?
Fair play, you know, he figured that out rapid.
Sam, calm
You
down.
got those keys with your left. Your shoulder was hurt.
Yeah, it's better. What do you want me to do? Cry?
You're not my brother.
Wolfie is actually his brother,
Trigger
though.
then. Because you're not sure. Dude, you know me.
Don't.
Oh man, yo, that was too quick. That was too quick. You know what, I've gained some, well, I've good respect for Sam anyway, but he figured that out so quick. It wasn't like this thing where he was guessing for 15 minutes.
People find me.
Don't be afraid of the dark.
I was getting all his memories and shit.
He sure got issues with you. You got to go to college. He had to stay home.
Yo, he's gonna start making him salty.
I mean, I had to stay home. I admit it, we lied. Thought I'd try to explain myself. Sam told me not to come, but you know, I thought, what the hell, I have to try.
You're dead. Well, maybe she won't die. Maybe this, because usually they kill a couple off and then they're like, the final one will survive.
It can make itself look like anybody.
That's right.
Well, what is it, like a genetic freak?
Maybe.
He took some offense to that. He's like,
Evolution
please
is
don't
about
say that.
mutation. Psychic connection.
Hands. Yeah. Come on, we gotta go. He's probably at Rebecca's already.
I love how they escape rapid.
So hard to be different.
You should go.
What's wrong with me? What's wrong with you?
I'm calling the police.
That dub. I'm calling the police. Oh my god.
Believe me, it makes this harder.
Hey, we
I
caught
gotta
up.
do what I gotta do.
How did this, like, SWAT team know about this, though?
Free! Drop the knife! Drop the
Mad.
knife! Drop the knife!
Yo! Jesus!
Come on, come on!
Yo, how is he out running machine guns? Oh my god. Yo. Do you know how rapid you'd have to be? Oh my god. Yo, look at his nails. Woo! Oh god. Oh, that is mad. Yo, this is kind of... Oh, that is awesome. I love, like, old school practical effects like that. It's so cool. Oh, that's awesome. I wish you had a bit more, but that was cool. I like that.
Ah, there she is. Finally, something went right tonight.
Yeah, about that.
How do you stop it?
Thanks. Silver bullet to the heart.
You are crazy.
Wait, that all happened so quick.
I was walking home and then everything just
That happened so quick.
Hit me over the head, and then I wound up here just in time to see that thing turn into me.
She's having a shit day, isn't she? Yeah, leave a knife there from. Right, that's gonna take. Okay, that would take at least like 30 seconds.
Hey, little brother.
You're not him.
You're not him. Just get to that is the better fighter, maybe. My money would be on Dean. I'm sorry.
I always kicked your ass.
Yo, how did you dodge? Oh my god! How did you dodge that? Yo! This guy's brutal. And here comes the real one. Yep. How's this gonna work? How are they gonna film this? They just won't show me this. Oh my... Yo, that bullet made him fly. What if that was the real him? That wouldn't even make sense. And we're on the road. We're gonna end the up. If every app ends this way, I mean, then fair play.
I really wish things could be different, you know? I wish you could just be Joe College.
Nah, it's okay. Even at Stanford, deep down, I never really fit in.
Well, that's because you're a freak.
Yeah, thanks.
Well, I'm a freak, too. I'm right there with you all the way.
Yeah, I know you are.
Bro.
You know, I gotta say,
Bruh.
sorry I'm gonna miss it.
Miss what?
How many chances am I gonna have to see my own funeral?
Where are we off to next? Was that CGI? That card didn't look real. Every other time it's looked really real, but that looked super fake. Yeah, I think that was CGI. Why would they CGI the card? I could be completely wrong. It could just look very odd, but that looked like CGI. Alright, there we go, guys. That is episode 6 of Supernatural Season 1. It was a good episode. I wouldn't say it was one of the best. Actually, maybe it was one of the weakest, because I think the pilot was better. This one was better than Wendigo, though. Dead in the Water is maybe my favourite so far. Phantom Traveller was pretty decent at the last, like I say, 15 minutes, 10-15 minutes of that were really solid. Bloody Mary, the last episode, I enjoyed. It was just some of the acting was really bad, but I enjoyed that one for the most part. So I think Dead in the Water was my favourite episode, closely followed by Phantom Traveller. Skin, this episode was good. I do think they kind of rushed the last 5-10 minutes. Like, they tried to wrap it up very quickly. I feel like they paced it very well, and then they got to like the 30-minute mark, and they were like, or longer than that, like the 33rd minute mark or whatever, and they were like, okay, we need to kind of wrap this up, and then they were just jumping through scenes. Like, Sam got arrested, and then he wasn't arrested. I know he said they weren't going to keep him as a prisoner or whatever, or as a suspect, because he wasn't a suspect. So I get that, but it's like we didn't even have like a scene of him leaving or whatever. So we had that which went by very quick, and then he found Becky or whatever her name was in the sewers, and then the Skinwalker turned into Becky and captured Sam, and then the Skinwalker turned back into Dean, and then they're like the fight at the end or whatever. It's just like I felt like they kind of rushed through that a little bit too quick. It was only for about 2 minutes in there, but it just kind of felt like, oh, you're well paced and now you've kind of ruined it there. I don't think the villain was that interesting. I loved the scene when he was kind of ripping his skin off. Like, that was awesome. That was maybe one of my favourite scenes of the episode, actually. And I like the idea that it was a villain that is kind of like just a human. Like, it was their evil side of a person. Like, it was technically his brother. It was just like the dark parts of him. I felt like they could have explored that even more, really, and they just didn't. They kind of like hinted at it, but then they didn't really touch on it too much. I felt like they could have done more with that, which is a bit unfortunate, because I think like exploring the darker parts of him, and I know they did do little things like I was the one who had to stay with Dad, where were you, kind of thing, but we could have had more with that, I think. instead of just a couple of sentences here and there. But it was still a good episode. I wouldn't say this wasn't even close to being a bad episode. It was still really enjoyable. It's just compared to some of the others, I do think it was maybe one of the weak ones, along with Wendigo, because it wasn't even as close to being as good as Dead in the Water, Phantom Traveller, and I'd even say Bloody Mary was better than this one. But I still had fun, so I'm going to give it we'll go 6.5 out of 10. I think it was a fine episode. I wouldn't say there was much here that really blew me away. Like I say, I love the scene where he's ripping his skin off, and I like the idea of, you know, the bad parts of a person being explored, but they didn't really delve into that too much, so I can't really say that's a positive. But I also liked as well that we didn't really see much of, and we didn't really get what was going on for about 10-15 minutes. Like, we had the intro scene where it was Dean kind of being arrested and caught by the cops, but then we didn't really know what to expect for about 10-15 minutes. And then once we learned that he was someone who was taking over bodies, and we can kind of piece it together with what was happening in the intro. I also actually liked, to be fair, Sam figuring out that the villain Dean wasn't actually his brother straight away. Like, straight away he figured it out. So it shows that he's smart and he's paying attention. Like he said, he caught it with his left hand, and that his left hand was damaged or something. So, and he's like, yeah, healed quickly. So I like that he kind of figured that one out quickly. But yep, it was a fine episode. I'll go 6.5 out of 10. Thanks for watching though, guys. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. Let me thought the episode down below in the comments. And if you do want the early and the uncut reactions to Supernatural, then a link to the Patreon page will be in the description, where there should be around 7-ish episodes ahead. And in the pinned comment down below will be a link to the charity for the month. And I'll see you next time for episode 7. Until then, take care. Peace.